Hey, what's up? Good evening, everybody. Hold on, hold on. We got to get to it. The intro. Uh-oh.
Hey man, let's talk about something most guys never understand.
That was the wrong one. My apologies. I should have gotten rid of that one after the last live. Here we go. The intro. Hey, what's up? Good evening, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome in. It is Thursday. My apologies, y'all. Y'all know I'm moving around. My girl is in the back. She gonna make sure we good to go. It's Thursday. Welcome in. Welcome to the Real Life Relationship Growth Get Together, chat it up. This is our time to talk. Welcome to the couch, y'all. Y'all come sit on the couch with me. So, I've been off for 2 weeks. I missed you guys. Been off for 2 weeks. We are back tonight. This is actually a show. This is a discussion that has been put off for a couple of weeks because my girls be busy. That's all to it. My girls be busy, y'all. But tonight we have a great discussion. We have a great show tonight. Some special ladies on with me tonight. I'm going to introduce them shortly. Some you all already know. They my riders. They always here. One you really, really know, my girl Corey. I'll bring them on in just a minute. But let me say this. I got to do a little housekeeping. I'm glad you guys are here. If you're new, welcome. Sit back, enjoy, but don't sit back too much because y'all see that chat over there? Chat, whatever side it is on your screen. I want you to join in with us and put your comments in. Type your thoughts, anything you want to share, and we'll make sure we get them read. Okay, we'll make sure we do that. But listen, what's up? Good evening. I'm Donna. I'm the creator of the Real Life Relationship Growth Platform. I always like to start off by saying this: I am not a relationship expert. I'm just a Black woman in this world living my life, doing a damn thing, and enjoying myself in the process. That is who I am. I've been through some ups. I deal with a lot of ups, praise God. I've been through some downs. Those come too. And I've learned to take things and process them where they need to be in my life. If they're not for me, if they're not working, if they're not good, I'm tossing them out. I'm tossing them out. Taking accountability for what I played, what part I played in them, but also realizing everything ain't about me. It's not. It's not. So that's good. So listen, I'm not a relationship expert, right? But I've been through some experiences in my life that may help you. And you have been through some experiences in your life that may help me or someone else. So that's what we're here for. This is the criteria for you to be a part of this family, all right? If you are over the age of 21, 21 and over, if you are under 21, y'all just take in some good material, some good information. But live a little bit. Don't even worry about jumping into this thing called relationships at this point, at this level. But this is the criteria for you to be here. You have to be single, dating, courting, married, divorced, or widower. That is the criteria. I think I got it all. That's the criteria for you to be here. I guarantee that I hit one of the criterias for you, that you fall under one of those. So welcome in, welcome in. So the topic for tonight is entitled, My Girlfriends, My Girl. We had to do it like that, right? But that doesn't mean that we don't want the fellas to be here. That does not mean that we don't want the men to be here. As a matter of fact, we most definitely want the men to be here. You know why? Because the men engage about 22% more on the real life relationship growth than the women. That's fine. That's cool. But I always say this, ladies, y'all better pay attention because they are here They are here. So we appreciate the brothers. We appreciate them for their input, sending me topics to discuss. Ladies, I love y'all. I appreciate you all as well. So let's get into this thing. Let me start introducing the ladies. The ladies. I always got to start out with my girl. I don't even know if she ready. It don't look like she ready. Let's see. I'm gonna start out with my girl Corey B. Corey B's in the backdrop somewhere. That's all right. I'm sure she's in the back checking things out. When she comes on, we'll get her on camera. We'll get her on camera. Now I have to do this in this order because um I learned growing up that your elders, the people that are older than you give them that due respect, right? So I'm gonna start this off with my big sister. I'm gonna start this off with my big sister, Claudette. What's up, sis? I can't hear you, babe. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
What's
Look at my
up?
niece. Hey, all right, there you are. My niece tried to pop in there. Girl, it's hot. My niece tried to pop in there for a second. What's up, Kamaria? Hey, girl.
Hey, I didn't know it started yet. So
Oh,
it's
they twins. They twins, y'all. They twins. So that's my big sister, Claudette. All right. What's up? Bye, Kamaria. Love you. That's my big sister, Claudette. When we talk about girlfriends and we talk about friends, we were talking about this last night. Um, Girlfriends, we're sisters, but we're girlfriends as well. We're girlfriends as well. We grew up in the same house, same rules, same mama, same daddy, all of that stuff. But
mm,
sometimes you got to sneak off and be like, girl.
er,
Like, she'll call me and be like, girl. And I know what that means. We about to get the juicy juice in there.
I feel the tea.
Yeah, spill the tea. All right. It's usually talking about your mama.
Yeah.
All right. Next, I'm gonna bring on. Did Corey come back yet? Corey's not back yet. We'll wait for Corey. She'll come in. Next, I'm gonna bring on these three ladies in no particular order. In no particular order. I'm just gonna pop them on based on where they fall on my screen. Because when I say these three ladies, bam, Miss Ree, Miss Lisa,
Hey.
and Miss Teresa. I
Hey.
said no particular order because when I say, you know how you have sisters and you say sister from another mister, that's what these three ladies represent for me. They
Well,
represent,
I'm the oldest of them too, so
you
I'm the
are.
first in order.
Yeah, you're right. So you should have came in first. That was perfect. It came in right perfect. It came in perfect. She is. She is. But a little connection for the three of us, and you all who have been on before know Teresa. Teresa is a part. Um, Teresa's a part of the original group that we come on because I come on sometimes. I have the Husband Show podcast. Have who else do we have on? We have Jimmy. We have Mark from Date Night Live. And we have a few other people. So Teresa is one of the ones that kind of hangs with us on the regular. And we want her to be safe. She driving, so don't look in the camera, Ree. Teresa. You don't look in the camera. You can just talk, but don't look in the camera. Watch the road. Watch the road.
Turn the camera off.
Believe it or not, that's when I'm the safest when I'm
Okay.
driving.
Okay. All right. Well, stick
We
with
don't want to
that, but
witness anything.
just look at the road. Just look at the road. Now, if y'all think y'all seeing double, y'all
Yeah.
probably are, because Lisa is her twin. They are twins. Brooklyn in the house. And my girl Ree, the four of us met in Mannheim, Germany. We are all military brats. We graduated from Mannheim American High School together in 91, and we've been rocking ever since. We've been rocking ever since. Somebody has some feedback. I'm not sure where that's coming from. We're going to figure it out in just a minute. Just a minute. Oh, here she is. She ready. Oh, did she pop out again? What is going on with Miss Corey? All right. Well, everybody knows Miss Corey, so when she comes back, we're gonna get her on. So I'm gonna say last but not least, and it may not be last because literally there are two other girlfriends that's supposed to be here tonight, and we'll see if they make it in. But right now we're gonna do last but not least. I'm gonna introduce this young lady. She is the baby of the bunch. Ash,
Hello.
what's up?
Hey.
Now,
Hey.
when I say the baby of the bunch, y'all, this young lady is my niece. She is my oldest, the oldest niece. She's my sister and I, our oldest niece. Now, if y'all talk about seeing double again, y'all seeing double. Y'all might be seeing triple because Ashley look just like Claudette. She look just like her auntie. I say she look like me, but people be like, nah, she look like Claudette. It's all right. It's all right. So, while we're Ashley is here because y'all, she is not only my niece, she's the oldest niece. That's my girl right there. That's my rider right there. That's my girlfriend. Yes. Yes. So I had to have her on tonight. I wanted to
You
have
got
a collection of ladies on tonight. Teresa, I think the feedback is you, baby. Yeah, mute
Oh,
just mute
really?
for me to hey, hey, hey
Hi.
Talisa. It's cute. That's Talisa. Lisa and Teresa reincarnated.
Right.
Yes.
A little bit.
So T, do me a favor, just mute your phone
I
until
sent her a
you're
text.
you're able to be
And
in a
cut your
quiet
camera
spot
off.
or still for me. Yeah, you're good. You're
Cut the
good.
camera off.
All right. Oh, she's gonna come back in.
Yeah.
Got it.
Go in the car.
Yeah, I'm gonna log out, and then once I get in the
All
house, I'll
right.
log
All
back in.
right. We'll be
All
here.
right. Okay.
All right. So
I
y'all, I
gotta
have to play this video real
Yeah,
quick.
delete.
Let me do this before we get started.
Hey, can you help me
Um,
open the door? I got
I try to be I try to be creative with this thing. T, you got to mute, babe. Okay. I try to be creative with this thing. Let me see if it's gonna work out. Here we go. I tried to find it where it would run long enough,
Mm-hmm.
and of course it didn't. But believe it or not, I didn't even put that together. I found one that kept running. It kept running. So I'm like, okay, there it is. There it is. All right, y'all. All right. So let's see. Let's get before we lose her again. Corey B.
I was struggling.
What
They
is
trying to keep me
happening?
down, man.
What is
I
happening?
have
What is
no
happening?
idea. That has
Y-
never happened before.
Yeah, yeah. You good?
I hope so. Everything is fine now. It was.
Okay.
This is weird.
All
But
right.
hello.
All right. All right. Let's see. Somebody popped in or popped. Okay. We'll get it when they come in. All right, ladies. All right, ladies. So I have been bugging these ladies for a minute to come on with me. And for us to have a live discussion. Um, so Lisa, Teresa, Aretha, our families and I just got back from Costa Rica, what, last Tuesday? Yeah, last Tuesday. We had a great time. Every year Ree gets together a trip going somewhere wonderful. And we had a really good time. Um, we took our families and we had a really good time. Corey, do me a favor. Okay, you got it. Okay. Hey there, Aunt Charlene. My aunt is in the chat. Want to say hey to everybody. All right, y'all, let's get started. So our topic tonight. Our topic tonight is my girlfriends. See, I put the letters out so y'all can hear it. When you read it, it's like the song should have came in your head. Ah, there it is. I saw it. Here she is. We got one more. We got one more. Miss Junie.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's up, lady?
Girl, listen.
You in the right place tonight. You see how she said that? Ladies, activate. Activate, ladies.
Listen, listen here. This week was weekend.
It was weekend.
Girl,
Yeah.
I
All right.
literally just walked in the door. Just walked in.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad
How's
you made it. I
everybody
I
doing?
apologize. The link didn't get out like it should have, but I'm glad you were able to grab in and be able to get in.
It's all good. How's everyone?
Good. How are you?
I'm here.
Dog, it was a delay.
It was.
Yeah, it was a delay. That's all right. We're gonna get talking. We're gonna get talking. It's gonna catch up. What's up, BJ? Mr. Hall, how are you? Thanks for joining tonight. Right. Thanks for joining tonight. All right. So our topic tonight is my girlfriends. My girlfriends. Again, I've been wanting to do this for a while because there are some pivotal relationships in my life. They're necessary. I couldn't rock this world without them. For real, for real. Now I'm gonna say Junie, y'all. I'm gonna add Junie into this thing. You know, she came in a little bit late, but I'm gonna add her. I just met Junie a few months ago. Miss Junie B. I just met Junie a few months ago. But
Literally.
again, I said this last time because she was on another live with me. You know how you meet people and it just automatic? It's like, dang, we've been around, we had to have been around each other in another life. Something. Because we just clicked. We just clicked. So I was saying a little bit earlier, I wanted to have an array of ladies on tonight. And this is not just about me, but I'm connected to every lady on here. And the other ladies, in other ways, are connected to one another, right? Are connected to one another. My mom used to tell us, remember, Claudette, a long time ago, you don't need but a few good friends.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need but a few. Women are messy.
Mm-hmm.
Women are messy. So you got to know who to have in your circle. You got to know who to tell, who to talk to, who to be
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, girl, see you later. You got to know when to do that and who to do that with. But God has blessed and every lady on this platform in one way or another. On one way, in one way, I'm sorry, I was reading the comment. In one way or another has affected my life in a wonderful, wonderful way. So I really, really appreciate y'all. So one thing I put in the commercial is that it's necessary, kind of paraphrasing. It's necessary to have women, wonderful women, strong women, praying women, honest women in your life. In your life. We are daughters, we are sisters, we are aunties, we are mothers, we are wives, we are sisters, we are all of that. And like I said, I've gone through some trials and some turmoil and some good stuff and some bad stuff in my life, and I guarantee you every lady on here has heard about it. They have heard about it. Um and I do that because I trust it. I was talking to a gentleman earlier today, y'all, and I was telling him I don't have a messy friend group. We don't do that. We ain't gossiping about each other. We not coming to each other being like, "Girl, my husband ain't ish and he ain't." Mm-mm. Nope. We don't do that. We don't do that. Because what's gonna happen is if I say that to Ree gonna turn around and be like, "Okay, well, what did you do? What is going on?" You know? She not gonna come in with me and be like, "Girl, I know that Negro ain't nothing. You ought to leave him." This is real life. This is real life. We are in our 50s Ash is trailing behind us. She trying to catch up.
Far behind, but
Oh, let me see. Let me see how I
I
can get
love it
Ashley
though.
off the platform here. Cause
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let me see. But yeah, Ashley's trailing behind us, but we've been through some stuff. We have been through some things. I gotta tell this story because it just, and I'm gonna try to talk and say some stuff without but I remember that I got a divorce. I got a divorce. Um, and I was kind of going through it. Not so much that this thing broke me, but there was things surrounding it that made me be like, what? Like the audacity of the situation, right? And I'm in my kitchen, I'm having a rough week. I'm at the daycare and I'm working. And Charisma walks through the door. My daughter walks through the door, Charisma. And she was like, "What you doing?" And she could tell I was just deflated. I was just deflated. I was going through. And I turned around and Lisa and Ree walked in. And that thing, woo! Mm. They walked in and I just bawled. I just broke down because my girls knew.
Oh,
They knew that I needed them.
they're through thick and thin.
They knew that I needed them. And we have a picture, it actually runs through the reel where Teresa couldn't make it because of work obligations, but she was on FaceTime. Y'all remember we took that picture? She was on
Yeah.
FaceTime. And we have so many different stories about when we just came through for each other and we were there for each other. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to ask y'all and we're going to kind of work through this thing. But I'm going to ask you, I'm going to start with my big sister. Like, Claudette, what does it mean to you when you hear my girlfriend? Like, what does that resonate with you?
Honestly, when I hear my girlfriend, I hear my sister, my queen, the top of my list. You are one of my favorite people in the world, and I will ride or die for you.
Thank you, sis. You know that goes both directions.
Yes.
Y'all, I used to fight for her in high school.
Oh yeah.
Claudette,
Everybody mess with me because of Donna.
I was at the junior high school and she was across the street at the high school. And all Claudia had to do is say, "Y'all know my sister Donna."
That was it, y'all. Promise you. That was it.
I'm like, y'all talk who talking to my sister? What?
Oh, you find out y'all the real bullies.
Oh no, I
But
wasn't
you know,
bullied, but you
it's
know.
always the little one in the crew
Mm-hmm.
that be the one that be in the front one to throw some hands. It's always the little one.
Oh yeah. I was always ready to throw the hands. I was always ready. I thank you for that, sis. So Junie, since you did come in a little bit late and we didn't really get a good introduction going, what do you think when you hear the word, when you hear the term my girlfriend? What do you think?
Listen, you already know because I think that's kind of one of the things when we first met, I kind of pulled you to the side and I said something in your ear, and I told you, and that is something I live by every day. My circle
Mm-hmm.
is like, but this big,
Yep. Yep.
literally,
That's all
right?
you.
And so when I meet people that I mesh with, that I vibe with, and I really go off of people's energy, like how you present yourself, like what you're giving off, and I'm really in tune and acute to that. And so if I dub you my girl, my friend, I know, like, if I call, perfect example, like I called Donna and I told her I was moving the other day, not too long ago, and she was like, "Man, I wish I would have known you were moving. I would have been there."
Right there.
No question. I'm not even questioning if she would have been there or not. Same thing for me. If I know that she needs me for something and I can come through, if I can't come through, if you don't hear me say, "Let me look at my calendar," just already know I ain't coming. right? But
Right.
when I think of the term girlfriends, I'm never concerned about when I if I share something that is gonna end up in Florida somewhere. My business
Mm.
not gonna end up in Florida and I'm in Georgia. And it's not even about, like you were saying, like the whole thing about you went through your situation with your marriage and your girl showed up for you. Same thing for me. Like I know, like the few people that I have in my circle, it don't matter what's going on with me. They know. First of all, they know I'm not the kind of friend that, and it goes both ways. I'm not the kind of friend that if you only want to hear what you want to hear, when
Yeah.
you're coming to me for advice, don't bother asking me. And I lead with that when I meet people. I lead with
Mhm.
that when I meet people. That way, off rip. If you're looking for, if you're labeling me friend,
Mhm.
and you just want a yes ma'am, oh you right, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm not that. You don't
Right.
want me. You don't want me for a friend.
Right.
And
Right.
my circle understand that and they know that. And so the term girlfriend takes on a very personal meaning for me, because I understand and I know, and my friends understand and know that the relationship is reciprocal. What
Mhm.
I expect of you is what you can expect from me,
You gonna get
and what
back.
you expect of me is what I can expect from you.
Okay. All right.
Period.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, sis. Ash, when you hear my girlfriends, what comes to your mind?
Um, what comes to mind to me is just like connection. And sometimes you can have that connection with your sister like you guys have. And then sometimes, you know, your siblings on a whole nother galaxy and you can't go to that galaxy with them. And and so you find some like-minded um females that with other women that you can connect with, and it feels like you might not grown up in the same house, but some of the things you share with them, and sometimes that bond is even better than sometimes family bonds.
Mhm.
um and I was just talking to my best friend, and we were talking about how opposite we are, but that connection is still there. But like I said, yeah, that bond I think is what I think of when I think about girlfriends. And I did have to learn. I think that like when you're in school and stuff like that, you think that everybody is your friend.
Mm.
Because you connect and I have connected with a lot of different people. Um I don't know I don't know if I just long for a connection or if it just happens just because it happens. But for a while I would say, yeah, that's my friend, and that's my friend, and that's my friend. And sometimes, you can be friendly with people and they're not necessarily your friend, you know.
Mhm.
Because of a friend and my best friend have taught me this too, because she don't call nobody her friend, honey. You got to be you got to be real tight in order
Right.
for her to call you a friend. And so when I think about, that bond that you have to have in order to, to call someone your friend.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, Ree, what you think? My girlfriend. What you think, Ree?
I will say for me, I'm like you, or what someone else had said. Like the circle is very small, right? So a very intimate circle. I think of an emotional anchor, right? I think of trust. I think of somebody that I could be vulnerable with. when it comes to that circle. Uh, to echo what Claudette said, sister, right? Um, yeah. So very intimate, emotional anchors, someone that I can, be vulnerable with, right? And who's going to tell me what it is.
Mm.
And me being able to receive that feedback, right? And not like, meh, or not, you know, be able to receive the feedback and not just you're telling me something that I want to hear. So
That's what I want to hear. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. All right, Corey, what you think when you hear my girlfriend?
Hey. So I think balance. I think balance, vulnerability, um, like real sisterhood. Like we didn't have to pledge for us to be this tight. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest. I know it might sound weird. The qualities that I want in my significant other, I want in my sister. The honesty, the vulnerability. Now, granted, it's a non-sexual way because I'm not interested in us like we could,
Mhm,
but we ain't like
mhm,
that.
mhm.
But it's the same. You know what I mean? And I actually said it like I used to call everybody friend, and I got more selective. And then I went from one end of the spectrum to the other. Like everybody was cool, and then wasn't nobody cool. I don't fool with you, you don't fool me. Let's not. And it's interesting as I've gotten older, my circle has gotten smaller, but I'm appreciative. I'm
Mhm.
appreciative of that. My grandmother used to say, "That's not your friend. That's not your friend." I'm like, "Gosh, you don't want me to hang out with nobody. You should want me to be under her." Her mom used to say the same thing. Dang, I can't have no friends. And then I saw, and with my eyes open, I'm very selective. I'm
Mhm.
cordial with everybody, but it takes a minute for me to warm up, open up, and be more accepting, if that makes sense. And I know some people may say it's guarded, but I think that at our big age, you got to be selective. I
Yeah,
think you have to be selective.
yeah, most definitely.
And can I say at any age you kind of have to be, and I only say this because I've never seen as much hate in friendships that I have
Mm.
seen, and maybe because I'm like I see it on social media a little bit more. But at all ages you have to be select in who you deal with, because I mean, with these young girls going out, and we've heard of the situation with um Miss Robinson, where she went to Mexico with her friends, or who she thought was her friends. And so I think we gotta be selective in all ages, and ask questions, because I have two young girls, and I don't see it so much in the male on the male side of it. And maybe because I'm not a male and I just don't see it there. But for the female side, and we already said it, sometimes it gets a little messy.
Mhm.
And but I have to ask my daughters, like, what is it that you like about this person? Or when you hang out with this person, what do you like about this person? When y'all did hang out, how was the vibe? Because they've
Mhm.
gone to certain places and was like, oh, well, I didn't like how they did this. Okay, well, not saying that you can't go over there anymore, but you got to watch out. You got to
Right.
watch out. I mean, the same situation kind of happened with an older lady. She went with her friends onto a sleepover,
Yep.
and she ended up deceased. And so it gets a little crazy out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I say
Ladies, do
something?
do me a favor real quick. Is everyone muted? Everyone is muted. I'm not sure where the feedback is coming from. But
It
it's
looks like
not.
it just stopped.
Yeah, it did.
So it's
It
on
did just
somebody's
stop.
phone.
Yeah, someone's phone. Okay. All
Do you
right.
hear it again?
No.
It
So
left out.
yeah. So let's come back in one by one for me real quick. Lisa, come back in.
Amen.
Ree,
I'm in.
Corey,
I'm in, but I
T.
was hearing it earlier.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
too.
heard it again. T.
I'm in.
Ash.
I'm here.
Okay. June.
I kept mine on mute the whole time.
Okay. Okay. Well, it seems to have disappeared. So okay.
I
Wonderful.
hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it.
It's all
It
right.
sounds like it's. Yeah. Can I add to what she just said?
Sure, sure, yes.
The reason why I feel like, and you hit the nail on the head, is with social media, but also think about all of the reality shows that you have women who are supposed to be friends and they're always fighting. You don't see that with men or reality show. At least I don't.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I made it a point to stop watching all of those shows because, just because that's what sells and what people want to see doesn't make it right. So
Amen.
you
Right.
were spot on with the social media, but it's also what's on TV, and we just think that that's okay because you have women on TV acting a fool, and they're supposed to be friends, but they're
Friend.
talking about one another, fighting one another, throwing water and all this other stuff on one another. So that was a great point that you made.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think we got around to Lisa. Lisa, when you hear my girlfriend, can you hear me, Lisa?
Go ahead. Can you
When
hear
you
me?
when,
Oh, let me tell you.
yeah,
Okay.
got you. So when you hear my girlfriend, what resonates with you? What do you think?
Uh, really, everything that everyone was saying, ditto to everything. I hear sisterhood. I hear ride or die. I hear togetherness. I hear a relationship that's even stronger than your own blood family. Um, I hear, and I feel like with you ladies, uh, you guys are with me when I'm right. My uncle used to have the saying, I'm with you when you're right, and I'm with you when you're wrong to get you right.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's what I think. I'm not going to let
Yeah.
it out.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Much
Look,
appreciated.
I also heard
Can I
that
add
we gonna
one?
only tell each other when you gonna tell each other when you're wrong, but sometimes with your girlfriends I need you to be on my corner. Hold on 1 second, just hear me out, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to vent to you, and I want you to be like, yes, they should have. Da, 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 da. I'm going. Let me go beat them up.
Like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
like him today or not?
You wanna beat them up, whether you right or wrong, just for making you feel away.
I'm,
Right.
I'm
And
glad
then
you
and
said
then
that.
later on you can tell me, look, Ashley, now next time we gotta
Yeah,
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
yes.
I'm
So I
glad you
wanted
said
to
that.
add. I
Oh, go ahead,
wanted to
June.
add one thing real quick. To what you're saying, please remind me your name again.
Ashley.
Ashley, the one that was just talking, the one that was
Ashley.
like, I want you. So I am that kind of friend, right? I'm the friend that I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna see you doing this and all of that. I don't even know what's happening. I'm coming in. I'm
Right.
doing this too because first of all, why are you talking to my friend crazy?
Mm, mm.
One of my best friends, and this is how we met. She's Haitian. I'm Haitian. We met in high school. I just happened to be somewhere and somebody was having a discussion with me, but it was a little heated. And she was like, hold on, hold on. It was more than one person. I was going back and forth with two or three people. And she's like, hold on, wait. Y'all not gonna be in here talking to her by herself, and she's the only Haitian in here. And y'all know we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We've been
Yeah.
we've been like this ever since. She's in Boston. I'm in Georgia. But whenever we link up, it's like nothing has changed. But yes, I am that friend. I try not to be, but I am that friend that's gonna pop up, and I'm gonna see this, and that's
Mm.
enough.
Yeah.
That's
But
enough. I ain't asking no question. We talk about it later. But Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ashley, I'm
Donnie,
glad you said that. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
don't be
Ashley, I'm
getting me
glad
in
you
trouble.
said
I'm just
that.
saying.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna see you doing this, and I'm
That's the
gonna have to
signal.
And
request
I'm
it.
Just
coming
like
in.
dude
That's
threw
the
the hat in the
signal.
air.
That-
That's the signal.
That's the signal. But I was gonna say, Ashley, I'm glad you said that because and Junie, I honestly don't think it's anything to apologize for or to say, I gotta get better at that. Because this is the thing. When you know your girl, you know your girl.
Yeah.
I can trust that if Teresa is scrapping with somebody, I guarantee you I'm jumping in. Because I know she wasn't just out there popping off at her mouth,
For no reason.
talking crazy for no reason.
Right.
If
Oh no,
Teresa
now.
is
Right.
scrapping, we scrapping. And I'm going to call Lisa like, wait, hold on. Y'all get Teresa scrapping. And we all scrapping. That's because I understand who she is. I
Yeah.
know who my girl is. I know who my sister is because I've trusted her. Who said it a minute ago? This is the kind of trust that I want to have, Corey,
Hmm.
that I want to have with my man. This is the kind of, you know, thing that I want to be able to say, I'm going to stand behind you regardless of what I walk into, knowing that your genuine, loving, caring heart and spirit, you tried everything you could, Teresa, before you took them glasses off. You tried everything you could. So Ashley, I'm glad you came up. You made that point. I'm glad you said that because you do want your girls to be on your side. And in order to be on your side, I got to know that, okay, what we going to jail for? Because
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Now I'm gonna ask you that in the back seat of the car. Be like, so
Bro, what happened? Let's get the story
Right.
together.
What happened?
what happened? Like, why are we going to jail right now?
As you cuffed. What happened? I love it. I
But
love
you know,
it.
the thing is, at the same time, just as especially as brown women, we are the least supported group of people on this
Yeah.
earth. And so, whether I know you or not, my sister with the afro, whether I've met you in person or not, you are my sister. And if I walk up somewhere and I see somebody is like too close to you, I need to understand why. Like, why are you so close to her? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because we definitely need to stand together,
Yeah.
whether I know you or not. But I'm gonna digress.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause right here for a second.
So I'm gonna have to say on that point, I totally agree with you. But let's say this because of the time that we live in, people don't care.
Mm-mm.
No, they don't.
Read the room.
Read the room.
Read the room. If we walking up on a situation and it's not us, yeah, Junie, I agree with you. If a woman is in distress and something is going on and we don't really know what's going on, read the room. Read the room.
Can I say something to that?
Yes.
So here's the deal. Um, Ashley, I think it was you that spoke earlier about a lady who was at a sleepover. She was grown. She was the only brown one in the crew. That's the
Mhm.
one you talk about. Only brown one in the crew. Somehow she fell over a balcony out the window. And they assumed or something, and nobody's saying anything. Nobody has said. Nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows. She just up. She's gone, and nobody
Yep.
knows.
Yep.
You know why?
I I am of the mindset, and I don't know if y'all knew this, but around the world, people tell their children, if you ever get in trouble, look for a black person,
Seek
Yeah.
out a
look
black
for a black
woman.
woman.
Mhm.
We are more likely to jump in when somebody's in need,
Yeah.
regardless of who it is.
Yes.
However, only 15% of people would do that for us. So here's the deal. Now, I love everybody, but I love mine more. So
Yeah.
here's my thought process. If we roll up on a situation and it's not my folk involved, I'm gonna move away, because when we get involved, a lot of times we become the target
We
because
become the
we are the only
target.
ones that are
Right.
different, regardless of us trying to interject and trying to, hey, back up, everybody, calm down, let's take a moment, and then we get
Yep.
punched in the face. No, 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 no. Let
Nah, right
y'all
now I'm
folk do
part of the
you.
92%. I'm not supporting. I don't have the energy for everybody right now. I don't have it. I
I
don't
got I got energy
don't
for that
have the
92%.
bandwidth. So, but like you said, Donna, read the room. Like if
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
it's nobody comes to our rescue. No one comes to our rescue. So with the climate the way it is, I need to conserve the little bit of energy that I have
And be
for
safe.
us because there's
Yep.
nobody coming to our rescue.
But we're
I hate
expected to
to
jump
say it
in for
like that,
everybody else.
and it's not that as a woman of faith, not just as a woman of faith, a person that loves God, um, and understanding that I am His hands and feet on this earth.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that I don't care what happens to anybody else. That's not
Right.
what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying.
Yep.
Right.
At the same time, my energy right now, and I'm saying it for everybody to hear, I don't care who hears it,
Mhm.
it's conserved for
My
you.
people.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yep.
For
Say
you,
that.
if you get some energy, you get some energy, you get some,
And everybody don't get the
that's all I
energy.
got. That's all I got.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
I
Yeah.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So, everyone on here is a mother to some degree, whether biologically or they're connected to a child that they've taken on that role for. Everybody is. And sometimes those stresses of the world and being a parent and being a mother are tough
Mm.
and they're hard because our children can love us one day and can't stand us another
Mm.
and
Mhm.
can't stand us the next day. They can't stand us the next day. So when I know that I can call one of my sisters, because I'll be quick. I say I love my children, but my son is an asshole. I love my daughter, but sometimes that girl, but I'm the most proud of them. I'm going to put them up. I'm going to shout them out because I'm a mother. I'm a mother. So when you have those stresses and those kids, because, sometimes you don't want to tell what they're doing because, like, dang,
Mhm.
everybody thinks highly of my children. And if I tell them this, then they're going to be looking at them like they crazy. But let me tell y'all what I've gotten from you ladies. It's that mama gene, that mama automatic, that mama thing. So
Mhm.
if I told y'all something about, say, one of the things that one of the kids did or they said, then they were out of pocket. I still have that same trust and that same response and closeness as if I was saying something about my man to Ashley. You know, I
Mhm.
love it that we can come to each other with whatever and don't feel judged and don't feel like I can't say that or I can't tell this and that. Any of y'all feel like that? Y'all
And
understand what I'm saying?
that's what I call, which I didn't get a chance to speak, but as all the ladies were speaking, that's what I call a bond and unconditional. For
Ah,
me, when it comes to friendship, when it comes to even relationship, I feel like it's supposed to be forever, unconditional. And
yeah.
if there's a problem or if there's an issue, we should be able to talk about it
Mhm.
and discuss how we feel and then able to move on. So I am very, very, I very picky or very what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't call
Selective.
everybody my friend. Selective,
Yeah.
yes. Everybody's not my friend. Like, even if I think that that we are creating something, but if you do something, I'd be like, mm-mm. See, me, I'm a very trustworthy person, and I
Mhm.
trust and I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And
Mhm.
although I forgive, I don't forget. So it's
Mhm.
always that in the back of my mind. So when if you do something to me, then it makes me feel like, okay, I I can't have that unconditional, because I want unconditional love. I want that
Yeah.
unconditional friendship, and I think that's what we have. And no
Mhm.
matter, that's why we've been friends so long.
So
People
long.
say people are friends, but they, whatever life brings, they just, it's a disconnect. But
Yeah.
Right.
with us, we know we can call each other anytime. And although we don't see each other, we can call each other on the phone. And when we get together, it's like we back in high school.
Yeah.
And that's what I value most,
Yeah.
having that bond, and it's unconditional.
Yeah. Like we never skipped a beat.
Be,
Like we never
mm-hmm.
skipped a beat. I want to say
I
this
think
since
oh, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I want to say this since my sister is on here, because when you grow up in a house with someone and you have um that connection, cuz we're blood connected.
Hmm.
I love you all, but me and this chick right here are blood connected. And there are times when we go at it. We go at it. Like we are totally opposite.
We are.
We used to, we shared a room growing up, of course, and my side would look one way and her side would look the other way, and we would go at. I don't remember us ever physically fighting.
Hmm.
Claudia, do you ever remember us physically fighting?
Yeah.
Y'all my sisters for real. If y'all ain't never laid hands, I got brothers, and
I'm
we
t-
used to, we
yeah,
used to
I'm
lay
just trying to.
hands. All listen, we used to lay hands, touch each other. Listen, I'm quick to lay some hands. I've learned to keep my hands to myself now, but we were always laying hands if
Yeah, yeah,
you were just not acting right. But I wanted to say one more thing about friendships, right?
sure.
That should be your safe space. Like you were,
Yes.
you got to be able to be naked. If I'm gonna call you my friend, and I'm not saying physically naked, like I'm taking I should be able to do that too, and not feel weird, but I should be able to be vulnerable and share my most intimate thought with you, and know that you're not gonna look at me cross-eyed, sideways, and you're gonna let me just have my moment. And if you need to check me, you're gonna check me, but I always know that it's coming from a place of love,
Yeah.
because you want to see me grow, you want to see me evolve, and you want what's best for me. But it's that friendship is a safe place for me to just be me and come and be like, it's
Ah,
like that
yeah,
you come home and you take your bra off moment. That's
yes,
what I think
and
friendships,
all is right
if
with
my
the
friendship
world.
can, if
Yeah,
we can't be that kind of friends, what
yeah.
we doing?
And that's where I was going. Thank you. And that's where I was going with what I was saying as far as my sister is concerned. And yeah, I know we fought before, but in my memory, I don't remember a lot of us throwing hands.
No, we didn't.
No, yeah, the boys did. The
Yeah.
boys did. Two girls, two boys. The boys did. They would be at it, but I don't remember Claudette and I, you know, throwing hands or physically fighting one another. Um, I'm sure we done it a time or two, but it's not something that's in my, like memory like that. But
So
even
maybe. Yeah.
yeah, even as adult women, um, when we get into it and I don't talk to her, I feel a void.
Me too.
It's times that I want to pick up the phone and I'm be like, I ain't calling that heifer. She get on my nerves, and then I'll be like, dang, I need to tell my sister. Dang, I can't. And then I call Ashley. Yeah. But Junie, you're right. I love it. We should be able to throw down and go at it and still come back and say, and I'm talking about words, because at this age, if we ain't fighting, like we
Yeah. You
we ain't
going?
done it all this time, this ain't gonna happen.
Nah, I
We're
ain't
more
going to jail for
mature.
nobody. So I've learned to keep my hands to myself.
Yeah, we're a lot more
Nobody's
mature,
worth
and
that.
and and that comes with respecting one another.
Mm-hmm.
You can say something that makes me want to fire off, but I respect you, even though I'm angry with you. I respect you, so I'm not gonna put my hands on you. I'm not gonna put my hands on you. Um, so we should be able to have them fire and ice arguments, conversations,
Mm-hmm.
and still come back and be like, girl, how you think this look? How you think my hair look? I just got my hair done. How you think this look? And Aretha should be like, it's cute.
Don't do
It's
me.
cute. You look
Don't do
alright.
me.
But if it's not cute, the honesty says, mm-mm. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, she just jealous. She just mad.
Right.
She just
Right.
saying that because we just got into it and she don't wanna. I love what we have.
Hmm.
I love what we and I get what Corey was saying. That's the type of thing you want with your man. You want to be able to that unconditional. So I love that thought. I love that thought. Um,
Can I be vulnerable for a minute?
of course, because this is real life
I've
relationship, bro.
besides my sister and my mom, as far as women are concerned, of course, my husband's my best friend too, but I haven't had those female friendship relationships. So when I see my sister's relationships with her friends, I have always had an envy for that, a longing for that. But it just hasn't happened for me yet. I have been the type of person that when I become somebody's friend, I go all in and maybe they haven't gone all in. So I end up doing most of the friendship, therefore
Hmm.
start to resent some of it because it's almost one-sided.
Sheesh.
So I really don't know, besides my sister, to say, "Oh, that's my girl," or I can. My mother just told me the other night. She said, "Your husband is 23 years older than you. You know, you might go before he does, but odds are he's 23 years older than you. You have your children. Yes, you have your sister. You have your mother." She said, "But if something was to happen to him, it would be nice to have a girlfriend that you can call and say, my mom and my sister and them, they can't get here yet. I really need you.
Mm.
You please come to me." I don't
Hmm.
have that. And that's a fear of my mom's, that I don't have that. And she said, "Baby," she said, "just like you prayed for your husband, you pray in that same vein for your friend. You want the Lord to send you your friend like he sent you your husband.
Mm.
Because if the Lord sent like y'all's relationship, I know that's God centered because of how y'all are and how it's been for years and years. And it's y'all never been shaken. And I love that.
Hmm.
I love that.
Yep.
So I hope and pray that in my lifetime
Hmm.
I can meet somebody that I can say, "Yo, this is my ride or die."
Yeah.
Not be one sided. I just haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's one of the
We got you,
things that
girl.
I want my daughter to have, because she's college now, but even all throughout high school. And I don't know if I guess I had a little bit, because as a dean in the school, me trying to teach the girls how to be friends to one another. You mad at your friends, so you with this group and you talking about this one, and and then now y'all friends and mad with this one, and the back and forth. So I used to tell the stories, to my daughter. And I remember one day I was asking her about, I'm like, well, you don't have friends. Like, why do you don't have friends? But what she told to me was that, when she's at school and, it's a group of them together, that person who's not there, they're talking about them. So it
Hmm.
made her feel like, well, if I'm not there, you probably talking about me. So you're not a good friend. So she just, dismissed herself. So even to this day, like now I could say she have two friends. They all go to different colleges, but when they come to New York, they link up.
Hmm.
But she doesn't have that. And she even think that what we have is weird. She's like, who still be friends with their from high school? She's like, maybe college. And she said she asked, a couple of other people, and they was like, still friends. No. So what we have is so rare. Like they can't
Yep.
believe it. They like, high school. What? How old are you? high school, y'all still going, y'all still traveling together, y'all
Yeah,
still going. So it is really rare.
it's rare.
Y'all
It
Yeah.
portrait. It's a portrait of six women, and they all still living. They have their portrait from kindergarten
Wow.
all the way
Wow.
up until um grandmothers. They
wow.
Wow.
come together on the same date every single year without fail. Whatever they're doing, they come together on that date and they take that portrait and they spend that time together.
That's
I love
beautiful.
that.
That's beautiful, and that's funny
Yeah,
because I was thinking when Donna came up with this topic, and then you came, I was like, that's what we need to do. Just choose a day every year, and where we get together because we talk like we had a great time. We just went to Costa Rica. Like that was just the best part of the trip.
yeah,
Just
Mhm.
being
yeah,
together.
yep,
And I was I'm like, I need that now.
yeah.
And this
We
was the
need that
first time
now.
our kids was really together because it always was
That's
just
true.
us.
That's
Us.
But
right.
our kids
Yes.
were together.
That's
We
Yep.
got to
right.
lay eyes on each other
And
for the
you would
first
have
time.
thought you would have
Have
thought
thought
that they grew up
up
together, like
together.
they
Together.
knew each other.
Yep.
Like Kaden meshed with the girls, and then
Mm-hmm.
him and Jay Ree, Kaden and Jay, from the last trip, they would kind of text
Yeah.
each other, and it was just like, oh, there go my boy again, and yeah, it was beautiful. It was
Yep.
beautiful. It just gives them that example of how important it is and how
Mm-hmm.
real it can be to have true friendships.
Friendship.
And
Yep.
I'll tell you something else. Another good thing about true friendship is safety. When
Ooh,
you know who your friends are and you know their habits and something goes off key, y'all are
yes,
gonna get together and say, no, let's go check on them because this is not them.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mhm.
So
that's
safety
true.
safety is a gift in friendship too.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is so true. Um, I think Ashley and I share our locations with
Hmm.
one another. We've been doing that. I can't remember when we started sharing our locations with each other, Ash, but it's nowhere that I am or she is that we don't see each other. We can't, you know. I share locations with my daughter. Charisma is fickle with her. Sometimes she'll be like, "You don't need to know where I am." And I said,
That's when you need to know when she say that.
Yep.
I'm like, somebody better
Yep.
know. So her and Ariana, her cousin Ariana, my other niece, they share their locations. And I'm like, as long as someone we trust and know and can get to me and vice versa, you know, if something ever happens, Charisma went to Puerto Rico a few weeks ago, and I could look on her find me or whatever, and I see where she is, and I pull up the map, and I send her a picture. I'll be like, act like you don't know. I will come across that water. And she be like, whatever.
I don't care how old you are.
Yeah, I don't care how
Exactly.
old you are. And again, I'm glad you went into that safety part. Because letting each other know. It's not just if something, if I don't see Donna posting or she hadn't sent 50 million videos to us, like haha laugh at this, something wrong. I
Send an
need to
APB
know.
out.
I just recently met Donna, and I know if 2 weeks go by and I don't get something in my inbox from either Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, I
Two
need to.
weeks.
Who
24
which one
hours,
am I?
baby. 24
Let me
hours.
make a call to
Listen, I
find
said
out.
2 weeks. Shoot.
24
And it's the
hours.
sisters,
Just
the
24
sisters
I
unite.
hours.
love
Let's go.
sharing. I love sharing.
And we love
It's funny. I don't have many Facebook friends, but I was like, I need to get some more friends because every time I do popped up, it's Donna, 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 Donna. I'm like, goodness, I need some more friends because my whole Facebook was Donna. I just started selecting friends. Let me see. Like, so that's right. If you don't see a
People
post,
ask me, like, do you
what
have
is
time for
wrong?
anything? Like, do you have time for anything else? And I do. For me, it's just I don't know. It's almost just a natural part of what I do now, I guess. Nothing gets left out during the day. Everything's gonna get taken care of. It doesn't take my attention where I
Right.
get, so I
I
don't
love
know.
seeing it myself. I love seeing your activities and your pictures and
Yo,
your
I know you ain't Claudette talking. Y'all know Claudette has over 34K followers on TikTok.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And she
Wow.
started her TikTok after me. I was like, what?
actually up to 45 now.
That's your
Wow.
45?
friend.
Okay,
Wow.
content creator. What you doing over
Right.
there?
But
Okay.
you
Miss
know what I
Content
attribute that
Creator.
to? And we know that is when we were growing up, we used to tell Claudette, your kids are going to tie you up and drag you down the street and take what they want. Cause she was so, "Oh, you okay? What do you need? I got it." She was like,
Well, I guess that's my twin for real, because that's what my parents used to tell me too.
"Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah." We used to call Ashley a blonde. We would be like, "Ashley." I saw Ashley get rowdy about it one time. I was like, "Oh, that is my niece."
She is part of the family. She
She
do have that
is. That is
blood in
my
her.
niece. That is my niece. But the safety in it, when we don't see each other making moves or even being quiet. Like
Hmm.
we know, I can tell Teresa's quiet. Sometimes I call her, I be like, "What you doing? You all right?" And she be like, "I was just, I knew." Because the Holy Spirit don't be playing with us.
Yep.
That
Right.
that that
Yep.
That part.
when you have believers in that higher power that you want to control your life, every woman on here I know has that belief. So when something is not right, he gonna be like, "Hey, check on your girl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Check on your girl."
Yep.
So I know that's okay. I be big with them calls. The Holy Spirit put you on my brain this morning.
Hmm.
Like, what's going on? You all right? You all right? So it's important. And it's important for us to dig deep into the stuff that we don't want to talk about. I was
Yeah.
telling y'all I had gotten a divorce and I was just deflated. I was deflated over the situation. Like, y'all know the backstory to it. Y'all know the background to it. And it ain't like I was missing the man. Yeah, I had to throw that in there because that wasn't the case.
Right.
Um, cause I
You were
ra
the other man.
but but they knew it, they felt it, and I was able to come with the worst, like them ugly tears, that ugly cry. I think we've
Snot all
seen
on my shoulder.
oh, right. Listen, I hadn't seen Corey ugly cry yet. We gonna get to it. Junie, I hadn't seen you ugly cry yet. But it's
I
wonderful.
don't know. I don't know if it's coming. I don't have a whole lot that I cry about.
Well, I tell you what, if it comes,
But
I'm
I
right
know
here.
I know that if it comes, that I have a safe place to do my ugly crying, and ain't nobody gonna be looking at me like, ew. Girl,
That's
get
right.
yourself together.
That's right.
What are
That's
you
right.
doing?
I remember one time we went to Delaware, um, and it was, and I can't quite remember what was surrounding it, but we went into Lisa's closet. You remember that? And we were cleaning out her closet. Y'all remember that?
I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, we were cleaning out her closet, and I was like, how you up in people's closet? Like, I hide some stuff,
Throwing
not in
away
my
stuff.
closet. But we got little drawers and stuff like that. We have it don't matter. Oh, you found the rose? Okay, just put that over there. Because that's my girlfriend. She knows the frustrations of my life.
I remember I went to go see a friend in West Virginia, and me and one of my girlfriends, we've known each other since high school, since ninth grade, and we went to her house and she had these doors shut, you know, because it's certain rooms she didn't want us to be in and everything. And my girlfriend from high school, she was like, girl, what's in this room? Like, I'm opening up all doors, I'm opening up all dressers and drawers. Like, you can't keep me out of here. What are you talking about? It's like, no, it's messy in there. She's like, I don't care. I want to see this house.
Right. Right. Yep. We go to each other's houses and we up in each other's rooms and find everybody laying on one bed, just talking,
Yeah.
you know, just talking. Yeah, it's wonderful. It feels good to have the connection and to know that we have each other regardless of what. Regardless of what. And the honesty is so honesty. I love it. It's appreciated.
Mhm.
It's appreciated. It makes you stand back and be like, "Dang, let me check myself.
Right.
Let me check
Yes,
myself."
we all need
I
that.
remember when I was Charisma and I were taking pole dancing classes. And I was so proud of my progress. And y'all know me, I'm a poster. I post things. And I was so proud of
I was
my
getting ready to bring
progress.
that
I'm
up.
like, "Oh, I'm about on level 2." Teresa was
Level two.
Teresa was like, "I'm gonna need
Uh-uh.
you to take that down." Because these men, you might be proud of yourself and you might be doing what you're doing, but these men are looking at you and they're not thinking that, Donna.
That's a friend.
But you know what I did?
Took it down.
I took them down. I took them down because my sister said, remember, men are men. Remember, what you display
That's what you
sometimes
attract.
speaks different than what people think and they know of you. And
Mhm.
I'm one of those things, I gives a damn what you think about me. But my girl said it.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't take it down for the dudes.
Right.
Because the dudes gonna want you whether you have on sweatpants
Sweatpants.
or bikini. That's how I met one of my exes. I was bummed out in sweats. And this Negro wouldn't let up. So, but I took it down because my girl said it. Because she said it. And that meant something to me that she felt a certain way and she wanted me to be safe.
Because yeah, if you trust her.
Yeah. She wanted me to be safe. That must be her with the feedback. I think that's Teresa.
No, I'm muted. I'm muted.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
And
I'm
that's
teasing.
another thing too. I was gonna say sometimes like people feel that for instance, if I could say Lisa and and her man, fiance, I don't know what you want to call it, but y'all three, like
Baby
y'all
daddy.
know when Lisa is like when we feel like she's wrong. We tell her, we let her know she's wrong. But my thing is, but I don't have to tell you what I tell her. That's not your place. So although she may not listen, that doesn't mean that we're not telling her. As a sister, as a friend, we're gonna put her and be like, now you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z and da da da. But it's up to them if they want to take that advice. So
Yep.
it's just like y'all don't be telling you don't know what I say. You don't know what we be telling Lisa. Lisa have a
Right.
mind of her own.
Right.
Lisa do what she wants to do regardless of what we say. And a lot of the changes happen because she was spoken to. And then there's some things where she stands strong on it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're not having that conversation. And that's just
Right.
with friends. You pull your friend to the side, but don't say, oh, because they're not doing what you want, you're not being a friend. You don't know what we're saying or
Right.
what we're
Mm-hmm.
doing or advice. We telling them as a friend, and it's up to them if they want to take heed to it or take our advice.
Mm-hmm. But I guarantee you the majority of the time we take each other's advice.
Right.
And and I'm a piggyback on that. Lisa can be a little bit stubborn. But I guarantee in the back of her mind, she's thinking about what was said.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking about what was said, and Reed thinking about what was said, and Ash and Corey and Junie and Claudette thinking about what's said. We can get on each other's nerves, but we're gonna think about that thing because we trust each other. We trust each other. Okay, yeah, we getting that feedback again. It's kind of
Uh,
getting a little bit
I
longer.
had another question. And how do you guys navigate having girlfriends, but also having a committed relationship? So how does that balance work?
You said having girlfriends and having what?
A committed relationship, a husband, a boyfriend, significant other. How does that balance work?
I'm gonna tell you something real quick that Dre said. Dre is Lisa's, and Teresa gave him so many titles. I call him her husband.
I hope he's not watching.
Yeah, Dre is Lisa's husband, right? Right? Dre said Dre says all the time, I already know. I gotta take you and you and you. It's for y'all. I already know. And Dre can say that because Dre knows what Teresa said. If Lisa's out of pocket regarding him, we're gonna tell Lisa she out of pocket. So he can say that because he knows that the women that she surrounds herself with are not telling her negative things and things to make her treat him a certain way. Like Teresa said, if she doing that, she on her own because she be doing what she want to do. But for me, although I don't have a significant other right at this moment, let me see what time it is. No, it's playing. Because I don't have one right at this moment. I still believe in the sanctity of marriage and that your husband comes before your friends.
Mhm.
But in order to have that bond and that connection and that respect, everybody they have to know and see and understand that these aren't women that are trying to lead me astray.
Right.
They're always trying to give me the positive and trying to help me. And they are going to let me know when I'm wrong.
And like she said, it's a balancing act too. You have to put in the time with everybody and know how you have to know how to navigate that.
Yeah, yeah. And that's individual. Anybody else? What you think, Ree?
I was gonna say, like, I think for us, like, the dynamic is a little bit different, right? Because we don't see each other that often. And so it's easier for us to have that balance that if we say, "Oh, hey, I'm about to go do a girls trip," right? There's not a question or hesitation or anything like that from, my husband. But also he understands our dynamic. He understands that they were here before you, right? And so because he knows you all, he knows the type of relationship we have. And then again, he knows the caliber of people that I hang out with. Like there's not a lot of people that I, trust. Um, there is that balance. It's not like we're up every month going on trips or anything like that. If we're
Right.
getting together once a year, that's kind of a easier thing to kind of, navigate or balance. So I guess it just depends on your situation, how close your friends is. I will say this. So when we first moved here to Rock Hill, there was a friend that I had that I went to college with, and every day when I got home, I would be on the phone with her. I would walk on the door and we would be on the phone together. And it wasn't until he said something that I was like, you know what, he's right. I wasn't finding that balance. I shouldn't have been walking through the door being on the phone with my friend versus coming home, greeting my husband, us hanging out or talking about each other's day. So sometimes you just have to be self-aware, right, and mindful of that. But I'm thankful that he brought that to my attention, because had he not, you know he could have resented me for that, and or started doing whatever he wanted to do outside of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, I
You know
love
what? You are so good looking.
that.
who, me?
Yeah,
Oh, Thank you.
Right? It make her look so young. I love that.
Oh my God.
For
I'm trying to go for
real.
the grown and sexy look. I'm all like, you look like a baby. I'm like, what?
I'm
I'm gonna go
sorry,
get my
you
hair cut
do.
off.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know if this is because everybody is freezing for me. Everybody's is frame is freezing for me. So this feedback could be on my end some type of way.
Yeah, I'm just hearing a lot of static
Yeah, I'm
still.
not getting any fruit at all.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, ladies. Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead because it seems to be getting worse. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to have my IT guy, i.e. Caden, check this out for me. Figure out
I'm like,
what's
oh, she
wrong.
got an IT guy. Okay.
Caden!
Moving up in the
Okay.
world.
Moving
He'd be
up,
like,
moving
Auntie,
up.
all you had to do was hit that. He get on my nerves.
And be right. Like,
It'd
damn.
be right. It'd be right. It'd be right. Okay, ladies. So I always like to end and give everybody a moment to say something in case I missed it or in case something came to your mind as we were talking that you wanted to share. These are kind of like our closing statement moments. Would anybody like, is anything anyone like to say that we maybe missed or they thought about, they didn't want to share?
I
I
I
just
did
want
want
to.
to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, my closing statement would be, I thank Yah that I have friends that I can go to. Just, me being single, hopefully I'll find somebody one day, but just knowing that if I'm
Gotta get
down
out.
and out or if I'm bored, that I have friends. So although sometimes I may say I feel lonely, and it doesn't have to be that, significant other, I have friends. And just looking around and just seeing people, like, I just feel like I am so blessed to have the friendship and the bond that I have, because honestly, I probably would be going crazy, but just the times that we do talk, or even the time, because it doesn't take much for me to be happy. Just like this trip will last me for a long time. Like it don't, like, so yeah, that's all. Just I feel truly blessed to have friends.
Yeah.
I was just one thing I was gonna say to your point. The question you asked about the balance of friendship and when you're married. Um, I think that, well, personally for me, uh, the people that I surround myself with are people that uphold the same values that I have, and so I think when you have a marital relationship and you have friends, your friends, they kind of already come with the understanding that this, not that our friendship isn't sacred, but this is sacred, and there is a limit to your access to this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so your comments, your feedbacks, and all the other stuff, like it, if it's not edifying to your relationship, I mean, not that your friends are gonna like be like, oh, you need to leave that nigga and whatever. And I'm sorry, I say stuff like that, but
That's what they be saying.
right. But should, your people that you call your friends should already have this understanding that your marriage is sacred, and the amount of feedback that they have towards your marriage should be in line with what that stands for the values of what that marital relationship stands for. And if that's not where they are when it comes to your marriage, then I'm kind of almost wondering, like, is that really your friend?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, last thing I wanted to say was, I listen, thank you so much for having me on this thread to see the beautiful brown faces that I'm seeing right now. And I really just want for all of you to continue to thrive, to keep that sisterhood, to keep that bond strong. Hopefully, one day I get to meet you ladies in person.
Mhm.
And Donna, from the bottom of my heart, it, I
It's okay.
I don't even know how to even excuse myself for missing two events back to back like that. I don't say yes lightly when I say yes that I'm coming to something and then don't show up.
Yeah.
But both times, from the bottom of my heart, I wanted to be there. My spirit was there, and I was, you know,
You was hitting your fan
I
in
was hitting my fan in spirit. But
the
thank you so much. I'm honored that you actually consider me somebody that you feel safe with. I don't take that lightly. The few people that I actually give the title friends to, um, they've always organically happened. They've
Mm-hmm.
always organically happened. I thank God for the way He orchestrates how these women have come into my life and have stayed.
Hmm.
I'm not really someone that has a great filter. My filter doesn't always work properly, and so the people that have are still here, they're meant to be here, and the people that are coming in, they're meant to come in and stay as long as they like. I don't chase, I attract. And so if you're here, know that you are divinely placed here. And the fact that you're here and I've embraced you, I'm all in with you
Mm-hmm.
until we're not. And it's not me that I'm not gonna be the one to be like, I think you gotta go. You're probably gonna be the one that causes your own self exit.
Well, it's not gonna happen.
I already listen. You locked in. You locked in. I already know. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for embracing me and accepting me as I am, because I know I'm not for everybody.
Yeah, that first when you
So,
said the first thing you said to me, I was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah,
so thank you.
yeah, most definitely." To anybody else?
Yes, I want to thank my sister for allowing me to see what true friendship really looks like. Not the show girlfriends and all that. It doesn't for me because of my sister. Even though I haven't experienced that, I've experienced it through my eyes with her pictures and her videos and the stories and her together. So it's nice to see what I can aspire to be somebody one day, what they aspire to be me.
You're welcome, sis. You're welcome.
I love that. I will
Yeah.
say if you have that or you find that right friendship, don't take it for granted, right? Because when you have real friends, true friends, sisterhood, all the things that we talked about earlier, don't take that for granted. I know that's happened to me in the past, where you pour into a friendship and it's not reciprocated. So that's what I would say. Just don't take it for granted, and
That's right.
make sure that you are doing your part.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Anybody else? Oh.
Yeah, I want to say that even with connections from other people, so like for me, I have a friend group, I have my friends, but then when I connect with ladies because of my aunt Donna, um I feel like I'm always, even with the group of friends like I have met like at work, I'm always the youngest one. And I don't know what that's about, but I think I think it is that God places me with in certain groups in order to learn. And I am appreciative for learning things and listening to women that have that have been through things, more things that I have been through or have experienced certain things. So I am grateful for that. I'm grateful for the experiences and the talks that I get to have because of meeting people through other people.
Mhm.
And
Ashley,
I
you
just
always on too.
I
That's
just
relatable women.
I just want to make a point to that, Ashley. I'm glad you said that because just a quick just pause. That's what real life relationship growth is about. It's about mm, showing examples of how trying to do it right should be. And the fact that we have younger women, and I know we have younger men as well, younger women who say things like Ashley is saying, ladies, that means we doing what we supposed to do. We're doing the right thing. We're doing our job. And that means in turn she's going to be able to do the same things with the ones coming up after her. Even our girls, cuz all of us have girls um except Corey and Junie. All of us have girls. Um and for them to see examples like we spoke about earlier, for them to go on those trips with us and see how we are with one another and how you can have that. It's important. So this space is about growth for everybody. But when a younger one can say, I'm learning from the older ones, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. Thanks, Ash. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Anybody else?
I just want to say that I enjoyed tonight. And I love you, ladies, especially my girls. I love who Donna loves. So I love you. I love you all. And I am truly, truly blessed to have such great, great sisters.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
blessed to see all these beautiful brown women on the screen bonding together.
Yes. Yes. All right. So I know some of us get up at early hours. I don't know who has to get up tomorrow. It's the 4th, so I don't know who has to get up in the morning
Oh, I
still.
forgot it's a holiday. I don't work. Okay. I forgot you said
Well,
that.
at least
Gym
tomorrow
time.
driving in is not gonna be as crazy
Right.
because everybody gonna be home. The road's gonna be empty, and
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
can
'Cause
stay in a little bit later in my bed. I ain't gotta rush.
you work in the
I think I'm gonna
healthcare
get on the
system,
road
right?
tomorrow morning.
Huh?
You work in the healthcare system, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that don't
hospitals
stop.
don't never close.
Yeah, that doesn't stop. That doesn't stop. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with us, knowing that you have to get up in the morning. Were you working tomorrow? Okay. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I'll be
the
getting up
hospitals
early
definitely
in the
don't
Everybody
stop
morning.
because
celebrate
I had my daughter on the 4th of July.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's right. I gotta call my baby
Yeah.
tomorrow. That's
How
right.
old
What
is
you say,
she?
sis?
Huh?
What did you say?
Now, whose birthday is on the 4th of July?
Kylie's.
Oh yeah, celebrate that, but don't celebrate the 4th of July.
Oh,
Say that.
That
Ain't
ain't
no
for
reason to celebrate nothing that.
Juneteenth is gone. Juneteenth
that.
is gone.
Look, my husband is white. I don't allow him to celebrate it. We celebrate Juneteenth.
That's right.
Over and over and
hot that
over and
tea.
over again. All right, ladies, y'all do me a favor. Just sit tight. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Do me a favor. Just sit tight. All right, everybody. I appreciate you joining us tonight. Being in the audience and listening in. Prayerfully, you heard something that has moved you and can help you and help you in your growth and establishment with your friendships with your girls. Just know, I'm saying like my mama said, everybody ain't your friend. Pray for a good friend. Just like you pray for a mate, pray for a good friend because we need one another. Y'all have a good night. See y'all next week.